doing apparently I have to do it this way. Today we are doing a pick a card, or not a pick a card. We're doing a collective reading and live questions for anybody who is interested in doing that. You can find my Cash App and PayPal in the description box below. Send me your payment and then post your questions in the comments, and I will get to you as I see them. So for the collective reading, I pulled out some channeled messages today to go with the cards as well. So let's see what our first channeled message is for today. Someone promised to be there. They led with flattery and false compliments and lies. They ghosted on you, and they saw that your beauty and guilt. They saw your beauty, and guilt feeds on them for preying on such a pure soul. You taught them so much about empathy and real unconditional love, and now they can't face you and admit how dirty their intentions were. They feel like you already know. So, you are definitely dealing with somebody that thought that the light that you had was something that was not real, something that was fake, something that didn't exist in this world. I don't feel like they have ever seen light in this world. They've lived a lot of their light with a lot of dark people and entities around them, and they didn't trust that light. Also, they have learned how to survive, and they have learned that this world is just a dirty place with everybody doing each other dirty. And if I don't do you dirty first, you're going to do me dirty. This person may not have had a whole lot of empathy as well. And that Charmed episode is coming to mind, where that guy was cursed by that preacher to live with his gift of being an empath. So I feel like this person is really dealing with an increase in their empathy, their understanding, their awareness, their ability to feel and know the emotions of others and what they're going through and things like that. And so this person is really having to deal with a lot of extra emotions on their shoulders and weight on them. They're really feeling very guilty about everything that they have done to hurt you and how horrible their intentions were towards you. And they feel like you already know this, but they are having a really hard time coming forward and expressing the truth of the things that they have done in the dark, that they are unsure of whether or not you know. So we also have, you are their lost loved ones as much as they are yours. Watching you grow fills me with joy. Hearing your laughter after so long of grieving is amazing. It's like music that calls to me even on the other side. Know that I am watching over you. I wish that I could reach out and touch you. To hug you would be like water to a man in the desert, as I know that it would be for you as well. We will see each other again one day, but until then, live your life, because it brings me so much joy to watch your passion and your vibrancy. So I feel like you guys have a loved one on the other side who is wanting to let you know that they are here with you, protecting you, guiding you, watching over you, that they see you and the things that you have gone through, the pain you have faced, the hardship you have faced, and they have watched you climb your way out of the grieving process, climb your way out of a lot of sadness, hurt, pain, betrayal, and they are watching you come back to life again after a period of being very down, very out, very hurt. And I feel like they also watched this person hurt you. They could have told you about it. They could have let you know about it, because this person really strongly feels like you know what they did. And I feel like a lot of you could have gotten those messages from your ancestors on the other side. They could have let you know what this person did and how they treated you and what was really going on with them. You may have been warned about this person. But they see you growing every day. They see you coming back to life again, and they are very proud of your progress and how far you have come and all the beautiful things that they are seeing you bring to life in your life. We're going to grab one more message before we grab some cards. A love that's true. I deserve a love that's true. No longer feeling blue. My soul longs for someone real, one who has the nuts to seal the deal. Ready for someone to step up. I've learned how to fill my cup. So many things left unsaid. All the tears have been shed. No more sitting on a shelf. Time to truly love myself. Claiming abundance that rains down on me. Prayers are answered for all to see. So, you guys are really learning and understanding that you deserve to have a love that's true, a love that's real, somebody that is really going to be there for you, somebody who is really going to step up to the plate and show you and express to you how they feel and what they want from the situation that you're going into. I feel like you, a lot of the reason that you had to go through this situation with this person right here was so that you could understand that, so you could really truly learn how to love yourself, how to accept yourself, how to really walk away from things that don't serve you and things that are not good for you. And you may have even cut this person off completely. That's also why they are pretty sure that you know what they were doing and how they were treating you in the background. So let's see what we got for cards here. We got the horse and the hyena, the black egg and the butterfly. So it's time to express yourself, to speak your truth, to stop holding yourself back. If you're not speaking your truth, you might start to notice that sometimes you're being a little passive aggressive with people. You might even be making jokes about things that really are not funny. You may be making jokes at the expense of others, or somebody else could have been doing this to you as well. And they really need to work on healing their throat chakra and expressing how they really feel and what they truly mean. I feel like a lot of you are working on, you guys are moving forward. You're gaining momentum, you're gaining speed, and you are really learning how to express what you truly feel inside instead of bottling it up to where it comes out in negative, low vibrational ways. There's this transformation that has been taking place in your life where you have been able to overcome a lot of the feelings of, oh, I have to be nice to everybody, because you've been hurt so badly in your life that you feel like you need to be nice to everybody. Well, you know what? Expressing the truth is nice. Expressing the truth is a great way to go. Whether it's a harsh, hurtful, painful truth or a good truth, it's still the truth. And when you give them a shiny little lie covered up in jewels and baubles, that lie hurts far more than any painful truth could ever hurt, especially when it starts to seep out in passive aggressive behavior. So let's see what other cards we get. We have the Five of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, Devil, and the Four of Wands. So somebody really did you very dirty. They really caused you to feel a lot of pain about yourself, about the world around you. They could have isolated you. They could have made you feel like you were unworthy, that you weren't valuable, like you didn't matter. You could have been really left out in the cold by a lot of people that you loved. But a lot of the reason that this happened was so that you could learn, so that you could grow, so that you could overcome the heartbreak and pain of people not turning out to be what you expected them to be. And so you could learn how to unchain yourself from things that were not healthy for you and people that were not healthy for you, so that you could free yourself from any kind of codependent energy you may have had before. So you could learn that you are perfectly capable and fine being on your own. And so you could gain this self-esteem, this self-respect, this self-love, no matter what position you were sitting in life. There may have even been people around you that didn't want to be seen with you because, or made it appear like they didn't want to be seen with you, didn't want to have people know that they were around you or with you because of whatever was going on, whether it be lies, gossip, drama, chaos, or whether it be that you were in severe poverty, or just you could have even been dealing with some sort of addictions yourself, and you found out who truly really cared for you in your lowest of low times. And for some of you, there may not have been anybody even standing around you at all, but you learned from that experience that you have the ability to stand strong on your own, that you have the ability to get your thoughts, mind, and heart right, and to celebrate life no matter what is going on around you, to be grateful and have appreciation for the good things, even when it looks like there is no hope at all and nothing is going right. You guys are really learning to express your truth more, to really be yourself more, to be in balance in your thoughts, your mind, your soul, so that you can passionately express yourself with no worries, fears, or doubts going on, without worrying about what anybody thinks about you, without worrying about whether or not you're being nice to somebody, because being nice to somebody isn't always the right thing. If there is a harsh truth that needs to be spoken, then it needs to be spoken, because no amount of glittery lies is ever going to be better than the truth that you could give people. So while on your own, you could definitely have been studying a lot, diving into things that matter to you, diving into things that you're really interested in. Some of you could have even went into a workaholic type of energy or mode to be able to escape the fact that you felt so alone. You could have definitely got some sort of shocking news about somebody's childish behavior and the way that they treated you. I feel like a lot of you, this person that was in this message back here, someone promised to be there. They led with flattery, false compliments, and lies. They ghosted on you, and they saw your beauty, and guilt feeds on them for preying on such a pure soul. You taught them so much about empathy and real unconditional love, and now they can't face you and admit how dirty their intentions were. They feel like you already know. So, yeah, you guys got this realization. You got this notice that this person was doing the things that they were doing, the things that they were saying behind your back, the things that they were the false promises they had, the glittery lies that were there. You really know everything that was going on in that situation. And when you found out, it came as a very painful blow, and it may have drained a lot of your self-respect, a lot of your self-esteem, a lot of your self-worth and self-love. But the reason that this had to happen, it had to trigger that in you so that you could face those demons, so that you could unchain yourself from that, and so that you could really go back and heal yourself, your child self and your inner self, so that you could really love without the scars of the past getting in the way anymore, so that you could learn to forgive, forget, release, let go of things that aren't serving you, and so that you could see that when something ends, it's not necessarily the end of the world. A lot of times when something ends, it is for a good reason. Somebody may even shock you by wanting to come in and express an apology for the things that they have done. They may have walked away, left you out in the cold, left you heartbroken, alone, in pain, and they may even want to come in and express their apologies for this and let you know how they realize now how much they hurt you, and they've had to look in the mirror. They've had to face a lot of these things themselves, and they've had to really see what it's like to be in your shoes. And so now they really don't want to have to tell you the things that they've done, even though they feel like you already know. They don't want to have to tell you these things, but at the same time, they know that they need to come back and apologize. So I feel like you are going to get a call, a message, or somebody is going to show up. Some of these people really feel like it has to be done in person, but they also feel like if you don't already know, they don't want to break you down even more by telling you these truths. And at the same time, they need to tell you these truths, and they need to apologize for the way that they behaved, because they can't find peace and balance in their life until they get this off their chest and bring it out into the open. This transformation in this person and in yourself is really very shocking to you. You have really leveled up immensely. The song Level Up is coming to mind. You have really leveled up immensely, and now motivation is coming to mind. Give me the motivation to come get it tonight. You guys have really extremely leveled up. You have transformed, you have shifted, you have changed, you have learned how to walk away from anything that makes you feel like you are unworthy or less than. You have learned how to walk away from anybody who makes you feel alone and out in the cold, anybody who ghosts, anybody who breadcrumbs, anybody who tears down your character or makes you feel like you are not good enough for just being you. You have really learned, you have grown, you have really transformed, and this person has learned so much from you. This person has watched you. They have been inspired by you. They have really seen a whole new side of the world through your eyes, and they really want to be able to express their apologies and let you know just how much you have meant to them in their lives, and just how much you have taught them, and how thankful they are for your presence in their life. So we're going to move these out of the way, and we are going to pull some new messages and see what other messages we have to talk about today. So, I am so proud of you and all that you do. You have accomplished so much with very little support. It is okay to ask for and be open to receive help. Talk to us. We are here for you. We all love you so much. I can't wait to see the legacy that you will leave behind. It is already so great, but has a long way to go still. You have got this. We are here with you. Feel our strength and our support. So your ancestors want to let you know that they are on your side, that they are behind you 110%. They are there to guide you, to protect you. They are really standing in awe of the beautiful legacy that you are leaving in their name. And they really want to congratulate you on that and tell you how much they appreciate you and all the hard work that you have put in to get to where you are right now. Release the anger, it's poison. Indignation fuels your path. Don't give in to a life of wrath. Instead, sink down to your knees. You are never alone. We will hear your pleas. Shine like the light that you're meant to be. Shine bright enough for all to see. Rise above. Take the higher road. Take a minute to see the bigger code. Be who you are, not what they want. Remember the responsibility of the Hierophant. Your power is great. Be careful how you use it. Think twice before the fuse is lit. So, once again, your guides, your angels, the divine, your ancestors, they all want to let you know that they are behind you 110%. Ask for what you need. A lot of times they will not step in to help you with what you have going on until you ask for it, because they want to give you the chance to be able to do it on your own, and they don't want to overstep their boundaries. So if you reach out and ask them for that help and that guidance and that support, then they will definitely be there for you. We also have a new pet may enter your life soon. It could also be a new friend. This will be the blessing that you need to light you up again in your life. Get out more, have fun, explore, and enjoy yourself more. Leave the anxiety and doubt at the door. You have worked so hard and you have earned your fun time. You might even find a new hobby or a life passion with this change. So you guys have been working hard. You have been really putting in a lot of effort, putting in a lot of time and attention towards your goals, towards your success, towards building yourself up, towards healing, towards growing. And they really want to acknowledge that. They want to let you know that they see everything that you've been doing. They are so proud of you. They really want to congratulate you on your commitment, on your you've been tested and you've been through so many damn trials on this journey, but you are still here and you are still working hard and you are still growing every day. And they want to let you know that that is appreciated, but they also want to let you know that life is for the living and you need to get out and live that life. You need to take some chances. You need to explore some new things. You need to really go after new opportunities, get out, have some fun, meet some new people. Don't be afraid to go meet some new people because of the harsh way that other people have treated you in the past. It's time to let go of those scars, and it is time to really see the world from the eyes of a child in a way, and open yourself up to new experiences and new good things coming in. I feel like a lot of you have been through a lot of harsh things, and it's really hard for you to believe that good things could be coming in, blessings could be coming in. But that is all part of rewiring your thought system and really changing the way that you think about things. If you're constantly thinking that bad things are going to come and, oh, I don't want to go out today because I'm not going to have any fun anyway, and if I let another person into my life, they're just going to stab me in the back and betray me like everybody else did. If you're constantly thinking that way, then really you set yourself up for failure. You are busy self-sabotaging instead of enjoying the life that you've been given. Show gratitude for that life by getting out there and really exploring it, having curiosity and a zest for life, and leaving behind any of that pain, fear, or doubt. Letting your angels guide you, pray to them, ask for the wisdom, ask for the clarity, ask for the protection in your pursuits, and they will be there to guide you and to help you through these time periods. We have the Tower. Again, the Tower came out in the first section too. The Queen of Swords and the Lovers. Different Tower though. The Otter. I love how it all fits together so well. The Whale and the Stingray. So yes, you guys have been stung in the past. You guys have been hurt in the past. You may even have been paralyzed in a sort of way to where you have a hard time really letting loose again and just being free and fun and having a good time. And they're really asking you to realize that once you let go of all this pain and this burden and see that everything had to be torn down so that it could be built up stronger and better than ever on a more firm foundation, you will start to realize that it is okay to really go out and to just have fun, to laugh, to play, to enjoy life. You could be in this energy of feeling like you need to defend and protect all the time, and you have been through so much pain, it's not hard to see why. You've been through a lot of hardship, you've really faced a lot of battles, and you have had to start setting your boundaries, speaking your truth, and shutting people down when it came to wanting to bring nasty negative things into your life. But in doing all of these things, you have learned how to free yourself from the bonds and the strictures that kept you in place, that kept you stuck, that kept you feeling like you couldn't move forward. And now it's time to move forward. You know that you have the wisdom within you, you have the intellect, you have the knowledge. Actually, a lot of you could definitely be claircognizant that are watching right now. You guys really know what is coming before it even gets here. And forgive yourself for some of the times that you didn't listen to your intuition in the past. Forgive others, have that empathy, that compassion, that understanding, and start to delve more fully into your emotions again. Stop fearing diving into your emotions, because some of you may be feeling like you need to be logical, you need to think before you act, you need to make sure that you know everything going on. You can't know everything that's going on. You can't always control everything. You can't always be in this poised energy, because it will sap the life from you. It will drain your fun, your joy, your happiness, and your peace. And that joy, happiness, fun, and peace is going to be found by getting out there and just allowing yourself to let go a little bit and to explore a little bit, and not worrying so much that if something bad happens, it's going to be the end of the world, because it isn't going to be the end of the world. You've already been through so much, and you know this. You know that you have the strength that it takes to be able to make it through the hardships that you face. And it is okay now to just let loose and be you. We have the witch, the outsider, the high overseer, and the Lord Regent. So you guys have definitely dealt with people who thought that they were in charge of your life, people who tried to control you, people who tried to look down on you and make you feel like you were insignificant, people that really were very judgmental, overly harsh, overly critical, overly involved in your life and the business that wasn't even theirs. There may have definitely been some of you who could have dealt with religious figures or leaders who tried to make you out to be the devil or evil or possessed or some sort of crap like that, because of the gifts that you possess and the knowledge that you know of beforehand. You could have definitely been outcasted and ostracized and made to feel like you were alone, unworthy, like you didn't matter, or like no one wanted you around. You could have even had people orchestrating this and purposefully bringing people into your life to do you dirty. There could have been people paying for this for some of you as well. And you have freed yourself from caring what any of these people in positions of power think of you anymore. You have really been able to accept and love yourself exactly as you are. And you have really been able to see that it doesn't matter if you're alone or not, if you're at peace and if you're happy. And you have been able to find your peace and happiness within yourself instead of relying on the world around you for that peace and happiness. And you guys have learned how to stand your ground and defend yourself when people are coming at you with this negative bullshit and drama. I actually told one of them recently, they came at me trying to tell me that they were like, it was a Christian coming up and oh, well, I was like, if you're here to tell me that I need to believe in your way of seeing things and all that kind of stuff, I am not Christian. And I'm going to tell you that up front. And I don't want to deal with you telling me that I have to believe what you believe or I'm going to go to hell. Oh, I'm not going to do that. And I was like, well, every Christian on this planet so far has done that. Oh, well, you haven't met the right Christians then. Oh, I've met a lot of Christians. Trust me. I spent most of my life as a Christian. And so this guy proceeds to, well, as long as you're doing tarot reading right, there's nothing evil about it at all. You are being a prophet and blah, 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 blah. And then he starts going into how I need to believe in Jesus. And I was like, I believe Jesus was an amazing man. And I believe that he is a great example for us to look up to. That is definitely somebody who really leads a lot of what I want to accomplish in my life as an example. I mean, really, I really look up to Jesus. He is fucking amazing. But the rest of that religion, I could give a shit less about. And he's like, so you don't believe that Jesus is the Son of God then? And I was like, no, I don't. And, well, that's not okay. Jesus is the Son of God. You have to believe in that. And he starts going on this big tirade about it. And I was like, you know what? I already told you before we started this that I was not going to put up with that. When somebody tells you no, that is no, period, bottom line. And you are a bully if you continue to bully somebody after they tell you that they don't want to believe in what you have to believe in. And if you start telling them that they're evil because they don't believe in what you have to believe in, just because they believe in something different does not make them an evil entity. And at this point, he had his son with him too. I actually offered his son a piece of candy at first, and his son was really nervous, and he had slowly been backing away. By this point, he was off behind the building next door because he already knew what was coming. He has sat there through this crap with his dad bullying people so many damn times, he knew what was coming already. And I'm not going to allow people to bully me like that anymore. So I told him exactly what was what, and that he could get the fuck out of my face. And he didn't like it at all. Probably went away thinking that I was the devil's own spawn. But you know what? He can think whatever the fuck he wants to. Doesn't make it true. And that's a lot of what you guys have been learning through this period of having to face a lot of things on your own and grow and overcome a lot of the hurt and hardship and pain that has been forced down your throat by a lot of people who really just don't even know what they're talking about. They are not living authentically to the beliefs they claim to believe in, because Jesus didn't spend his time with the Pharisees in the church anyway. He spent his time with the thieves, the whores, the outcasted people, the people that nobody wanted anything to do with, because those were the ones who needed his ministry the most. And he accepted them as they were, because they were people. And all people are supposed to be God's children. God Help the Outcasts is coming to mind now too. I absolutely love that song. That song has been one of my most favorite songs since I was a kid. So yeah, you guys are really learning how to overcome this fear, this doubt, this guilt, this constant feeling that the sky is going to fall if you speak your truth and express yourself. I feel like you guys cause a lot of tower moments in people's lives. You really make them open up their eyes and see things in a different way that they never thought of before. You really make them, I told that guy that basically the way that he was bullying me, it's the same thing as somebody saying no when somebody's trying to have sex with them and they won't leave them the fuck alone and they keep badgering them. It is the same damn thing. It is a form of rape. It may not be sexual rape, but it is a form of rape when you constantly try to push somebody to do what you don't want what they don't want to do, and they tell you over and over again that they don't want to do it, and you continue to do it anyway. That is not okay. But you guys are really starting to accept that there is both light and dark in this world. Even with Christians, there's a lot of really good Christians out there that are of the opinion of live and let live. And everybody's beautiful and everybody's amazing, instead of being these harsh, overly critical judges. You know, in their own Bible, it says that God is my judge, not you. And actually, my name means God is my judge. So I am never going to stand for a human being judging me, especially when they got their own shit going on in their own life. And you guys are really working through these things, learning how to balance out both your light side and your shadow side, learning how to go from this person who never stood up for yourself and never said anything to anybody and then you went over to this person who said something to everybody who even looked at you funny. And it went from one extreme to the other, and now you're balancing it out and finding a happy medium in the middle. And you're really learning how to be more in connection with your gifts and your spirituality. You're learning how to be more accepting of it, more loving of it, more free with it, and not feeling so much like it's an evil thing or a bad thing, and really getting more in touch with your intuition, listening to it more, not allowing yourself to feel crazy for listening to it, and forgiving yourself for the times in the past that you didn't listen to it because you were worried about what other people may think, or you were worried about whether or not it was right or whether or not it was crazy, and because you knew these things but you didn't know how you knew them, and it really just kind of seemed crazy, and a lot of people might have told you it was crazy, but you're done feeling that way. You're done feeling that you're evil. You're done feeling that you're crazy. You're done feeling that anything that you are is less than beautiful and perfect exactly as you are. So let's move on to the next section of conversation and topic here. I don't know how it's been all poems so far, because most of my poems aren't even in my pile of channeled messages anymore. Anyway, I am worthy. Luck is coming to you now. Abundance flows freely. How? Because you took your power back. No longer in a state of lack. You know your worth and value well. No longer encased inside a shell. You broke out and now you're free. This generational curse you'll no longer see. Nothing is in your way from here. You refused to give in to fear. And now you are starting to run into a lot more people who are of a similar mindset to you and similar beliefs as you. You are really starting to, because you started living more authentically as yourself and not seeing it as a bad thing, you are now meeting more people that really you have a lot more in common with, a lot more that you vibe with, that is authentic to you and who you are. And you're really not giving into fear anymore. You are living your life in this abundant state, feeling like the universe has your back and you will be protected and guided. You have a lot more faith than you ever did, regardless of whether or not people tried to force you into their own beliefs or their own faith. You found faith elsewhere. You found peace elsewhere. You found guidance elsewhere, and your prayers are being answered, and everyone is seeing the truth to who you are and how beautiful it is simply because you refuse to give in and give up. Stop looking elsewhere. Look within. What choices have you made that led you here? No one else can be blamed for your choices. Take responsibility and grow some balls or some boobs and take action. No more victimhood mentality. So you have learned how to leave this mentality of feeling like anyone else is to blame for anything going on in your life. You have left that behind and you have really started to take responsibility, to look in the mirror, to look to yourself when something is going wrong in your life so that you can fix it from within and not worrying about whether or not something from outside is causing it. Because even when those people were making you feel like you were less than, unworthy, outcasted, ostracized, they can't technically make you feel that way. They can only make you feel how you let them make you feel. And at that point, you may not have had the confidence or self-esteem, self-worth, self-respect that you thought you had, but you have learned and grown and gained that as you went along. And now you are able to really look at yourself in a different light and look at the world around you in a different light. Mommy, Daddy, I am having so much fun. It's like my dreams came true. Anything I want is possible here, and I am not afraid anymore. I miss you, though, and that's the only bad thing. I wish that I could hug you and have you sing me to sleep again. Please keep singing. I listen to you when you do. I miss reading to you, and I hope that you know that I love you and can never forget you. We will be together again. I just know it. Care Bears. So this could be a message from your own children. This could be a message to your parents from you who may be on the other side. This could also be a message from a child that you may have lost that is on the other side as well. But you are having trust, faith, and belief that your dreams are coming true, that things are working out, that maybe situations that have gone sour in your life are starting to turn around, you're starting to believe again in the things that matter most to you, and you're really starting to believe that anything is possible and that you can overcome whatever comes your way, that you can face any challenge that comes your way, and you know that life is worth living and really being grateful for. I feel like a lot of you are starting to sing a lot more again. You're starting to really come into this youthful, childlike energy again of fun, happiness, and joy without feeling so miserable. 3333 was just on the clock. You might want to look that number up. You are really being guided, looked after, protected. The Ascended Masters are on your side. You know what is crazy? I absolutely love the only blessings box that's left in this town anymore is right in front of this house that is number 333. And it's great because that is a message that the Ascended Masters are watching over you, looking after you, guiding you, protecting you, that they are there for you. And I feel like you guys are really going to be coming across a lot of blessings as you open yourself up more to this happy-go-lucky and joyful energy that you are wanting to feel, but some of you may be holding back from a little bit because of the fact that you have been through so much hurt and pain in the past. It's hard to believe that there could be goodness, purity, and love around you now, but there is a lot of it, and it is coming in quicker than you know. Focus on the things around you now and here. See the beauty in it all. Show gratitude and clear out anything that is unneeded. Blessings will soon be coming. What was I just saying? Blessings will soon be coming. You just may not see the results of your hard work yet. Patience will pay off, and you may be feeling that all eyes are on you. You may not have done you. You may be feeling like all eyes are on you, that you may not have done the right thing. But who's to say what that is anyway? We are all doing the best that we can in the moment. Have compassion for yourself and for others. Your intentions were pure and your patience will pay off with a generous offer. You may have been tried and left to walk away in shame, or tricked and left to walk away in shame. This goes back to the very first message that was on here. But there is someone who sees the real value in you. Open up your heart to be able to receive. So you could definitely have been used and abused by people who did not see your worth. They did not see your value. They did not see what you had to offer. They may have made you feel like you were worthless, valueless, like you meant nothing to anybody in this world, like you were out alone in the cold and off on your own and you really didn't have anything or anyone. But now you are starting to see that that happened for a reason. Your beauty was hidden for a reason because your beauty was not meant for everyone. And now you have people that are coming into your life that are a lot more authentically aligned and in tune with you and who you are as a person. They're more aligned to your values, your thoughts, your beliefs, and you are really starting to make an impact in the world around you because you are around the right people. I am going to grab another deck. Since we were mentioning blessings coming in, I wanted to grab this new Making Magic deck that I grabbed myself for Christmas. My Christmas present to myself. And I wanted to be able to pull a couple cards from this as well. So we have self-confidence, strong self-belief, and a sense of self-worth. That's pretty much what we've been talking about for the last 20 minutes, is that you guys have came into this self-confidence, this self-reliance, this self-belief, self-respect, and self-love, and that you guys are really shining right now. You are really standing your ground. You're defending what you believe in. You're defending your values. You're standing up not just for other people, but for yourself too, because I feel like a lot of you have stood up for a lot of other people throughout your life, but you haven't stood up for yourself so much. You haven't felt like it was right to stand up for yourself, or like it was okay, or like you were being mean because you were putting people in their place. And you know what? Sometimes people need to be put in their place. Sometimes people don't even realize how they're behaving or what they're causing around them unless somebody can express that truth. And you guys are changing a lot of lives and a lot of people with this. Regardless of whether or not you ended up keeping those people in your life, those people are changing, whether they wanted to or not. And it's all because of the things that you had to say to them, the truths that you let out of your mouth instead of holding back. You make a difference whether you realize it or not. Happy love, a joyful, stable partnership, and good friends. So you are really coming into this time period just of success in your relationships, happiness and love in your relationships, and really feeling good about yourself. And it's all because you put in this work, this time, this effort to stop being a doormat to other people. And you are starting to realize that even though, yes, how people treat you is on them, how you allow them to treat you is on you. And you're coming out of the victimhood mentality and coming into the state where you're starting to realize that your choices do make a difference, and how you allow people to treat you does make a difference. When you put somebody in their place, sometimes they do change their behavior and you guys can continue your friendship, and sometimes they don't. And that's when you walk away and cut off the situation completely. Not everybody is a narcissist, but everybody on this planet has narcissistic traits and qualities. That's just a fact, period. You can look it up. It's a fact that every person, including yourself, has narcissistic traits and qualities, but only about 5% of the population is actually clinically a narcissist. Even though some people fall very high on the spectrum, they are still not considered a narcissist. And you are starting to realize that you can't be pissed off at somebody's behavior and how they treat you unless you actually voiced your disapproval and let them know what your boundaries were and how you wish to be treated and what respect looks like to you. And so you're starting to tell people that. And when people go, oh, holy shit, I didn't even realize I was doing that. I'm sorry. And then they turn it around. You're like, what? Where did this come from? I've never had this happen before, but it does happen that way. And not everybody happens that way because some of them really, truly do not care. Some of them really are just assholes and they're really never going to care, period. And you're learning how to let those people go and how to walk away with no regrets, guilt, or remorse. And you're really starting to see that doing those things for yourself is appropriate, that it is a good thing, that it is something that you should have been taught to do instead of being taught to make everyone around you happy all the time and to feel like you have to be respectful and kind to everybody all the time, even if that means lying to them. No, what you should be doing is speaking the truth, regardless of whether or not it hurts. In the long run, that's more respectful too, anyway. Wishes come true. Rapid achievement of your dreams and your wishes. So there is a lot of forward momentum right now, a lot of goals being met, a lot of beauty coming in, abundance coming in, a lot of really coming into your power and owning your throne. Queens don't is the song that's coming into mind right now. Some girls might, but queens don't. And you just don't anymore. You don't put up with the shit anymore. You don't allow people to walk on you anymore. You don't allow people to talk down to you anymore. You don't allow people to step over you anymore. You are just climbing out of that hole of misery and really expressing yourself. And all those people, you're realizing that a lot of those people that told you were selfish or mean for saying what you had to say in the past, yeah, they are the selfish and mean ones, or they are busy living in that doormat energy themselves and don't think that anybody should be living the way that you are because it's not okay. And yet they're over there being a martyr in that doormat energy. And a lot of us were martyrs in the past. That's where this energy comes from, is somebody who was a doormat and a martyr in the past and who has now learned how to overcome that and how to take responsibility for their own actions and choices, and has learned how to put their foot down and tell people that they can shove it where the sun don't shine if they don't like it. But that was considered to be selfish in the past, and now you know the truth, that that is not selfish in any way, shape, or form. And you guys may have even put your foot down and cut somebody specific off, and this person, because of the truth you spoke to them, because of the knowledge you put out there, because of the way that you addressed the situation, and you did it cleanly, and you didn't overreact, but you didn't underreact, you really just addressed it and put the truth out there and expressed what you needed and what you didn't want, and then you moved the fuck away until they can figure out what they want. I feel like there may actually be somebody coming back into your life to express truth to you because they know what they want now, and they have found what they want, and what they want is somebody who's going to put them in their place instead of somebody who's just going to take whatever they have to dish out willingly. And for others of you, it is this energy of knowing what you want, going after it, expressing your truth, and really just being open, being honest, being fucking honest and blunt and brutal when it needs to be there, instead of holding back what you have to say about situations or people or what is going on around you. But happy love is right. I swear there is somebody that may actually be coming back in to express their love, their emotion, and the truth of the things that have happened in the past to you, and the truth of how you have helped them to see who they are and what they're doing and who they want to be. This person wants to step up and be a better person simply because you came into their life, and they want to let you know that. Patience and persistence is paying off. Determination, commitment, really being able to overcome any sort of addictive tendency or codependent tendency is really paying off. You are no longer allowing just anybody and everybody to be in your life simply because you don't want to be alone. You know now that you could survive the harshest, cruelest alone time ever in the history of mankind because you have been through it. You have been through the desert. Been through the desert on a horse with no name. That's coming to mind now too. So anyway, you have been through this harsh, cold, cruel desert, and it has really allowed you to see exactly what you are capable of and what you can really go through without any fear or worry or doubt. And you have decided to end anything that is no longer serving you, anyone who wants to try your patience, who wants to try to get one over on you, anybody who wants to lie to you, anybody who wants to use you, abuse you, take advantage of you, anybody who wants to really feel like they can put you in your place or tame you, they got another thing coming. And you have ended those situations. You have left those behind, and you have walked away, and you have really changed a considerable amount of lives around you in doing this. You have inspired people to do this in their own life. You have inspired people to go after what they truly want instead of pleasing people around them. You have inspired people to speak their own truth and to be authentic to who they are and to really go after the lifestyle and the things that they want. And I feel like you got some people coming in to tell you those things as well. We have the Nine of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, so you were dealing with somebody who was a people pleaser, somebody who was unsure of whether or not they should do this or that. But the reason that they were unsure of whether or not they should do this or that, and they were so slow to act, was hidden. They really didn't see why that was. And the reason that it was is because they were busy working hard to make everyone around them happy and take care of everyone around them instead of doing what really helped their own life, what really made them feel good. You have learned yourself how to do this. You have learned how to pull yourself away from others. You have learned how to gain that self-confidence, that self-esteem, that self-love, that self-respect, how to really go after what you want instead of being in and out or hot and cold on what you want, instead of doing things just to make everyone else happy and to build up their lives. You have put in effort, time, and energy into your own life, and you have stepped away from the crowd to do things on your own and to really feel like you are capable and strong and like you can handle anything. You guys are very, very good at multitasking, and you guys are really good at dealing with a lot on your plate at the same time. And I feel like you have dealt with somebody who may have lied, who may have created illusions, or at least you were thinking they were lying or creating illusions. And a lot of it is simply because they were doing the things that their family or friends around them thought that they should be doing. And now they are ready to have those nuts or those boobs, and they are ready to take bold action and go after what they truly want, just like you are. You are attracting in that same energy that you are in. That energy that you are in is going to be mirrored back to you, and you are going to be seeing a different variety of people. And now you're starting to realize that a lot of the energy you were putting out in the past was that energy. And you are starting to forgive and have compassion, empathy, and understanding for the people who gave you that energy, because you were giving them a similar energy. It may not have been the same energy. You may not have acted in the same ways or done the same things, but you did have a lot of that same similar energy. And that's why you were bringing that energy into your sphere. Yeah, having to be this symbol of perfection and purity, and having to be this person that nobody could find a flaw with, nobody could find anything out of place with. You were really striving very hard to be somebody that everybody loved, and nobody is going to be somebody that everybody loves. Everybody is going to find something to hate about everybody. It doesn't even matter. That's the way it is. People are that way. You could find something to hate about everybody, or you can find something to love about everybody. And you are starting to find the deeper things about yourself to love. You're starting to end the cycles of needing to be in this energy where everybody sees you as perfection, and you are starting to accept yourself exactly as you are, and you are starting to live more fully in your truth and be exactly as you are, regardless of what anybody else thinks about you. I don't think anybody really super loved my thoughts on being the symbol of perfection. Anyway, but you know your worth now. You know your value now. You put your time, energy, care, and effort into things that really are very important to you and what means the most to you. You have started caring for yourself, nurturing yourself, reparenting yourself, remothering yourself. For a lot of you, you have really started to step into that role that may have been void in your life in some ways. And you have started to really care for and nurture yourself like a good mother would. And you give yourself enough rest now. You give yourself enough downtime. You give yourself enough time for play and fun, and enough time for your work and your hobbies, enough time for growth, and enough time for friends and family. You give yourself what you need now, instead of feeling like it is evil to give yourself what you need. It is okay to give yourself what you need, and you have figured that out. It is actually amazing to give yourself what you need, because then other people are not relied on in a codependent manner to give you what you need, and you are not relied on to give them what they need either, because you no longer allow that into your sphere. You have grown from this Knight of Pentacles who was in this people-pleasing energy and this energy of needing to do everything right and everything for everyone all the time, and slow-moving and stagnant and stuck because you weren't sure of which direction to go, because you were wanting to make everyone around you happy, and now you are starting to make yourself happy and do the things that feel good to you and experience the things that feel good to you, and you are no longer caring whether or not anybody likes that at all, because you are just in this energy of knowing your worth, knowing your value, knowing what makes you happy, knowing what makes you glow and what inspires you, and you want to follow that path instead of following a path that everyone else has decided should be your path for you. And you are calling in people to you who are doing that same thing. You can be a much better mother to the world around you, and a much better caregiver and lover and nurturer to the people around you when you are taking care of yourself. And you are not over giving anymore, but you are giving just the right amount to yourself and to others. You have really found this balance between everything going on in your life. So we have the Seven of Cups, the Lovers. We got the Lovers out here twice. Making decisions for yourself, making decisions on what options suit you best, making decisions on what paths suit you best, making decisions about where to place your time, your energy, your effort, and where it's going to pay off the most. And you are really freeing yourself from anybody else's preconceived notions or ideas of what you should be. And you are starting to see so many options and opportunities pouring into you. You are starting to realize that you could really go anywhere, do anything, be anyone that you want. And you are knowing exactly what direction you want to go now. You're dreaming big, you're imagining beautiful things for your future, and you are really calling in a lot of abundance, a lot of fertility, a lot of growth into your life, because you have grown, you have become abundant, you have become this beautiful pillar of love and light, and you are definitely stepping into this leadership role of somebody who really is doing the best for everyone in their sphere. And the best for everyone in their sphere also includes taking care of you. So anybody who would say different is it's only because they are not taking care of themselves in that fashion. So they find it selfish of you for taking care of yourself in that fashion. They get jealous, they get upset, they can't possibly do that themselves because they don't want to be seen as selfish. And so they project that onto you. And you're no longer putting up with that projection. You're no longer seeing yourself through the eyes of others, but you are looking in the mirror and taking a good, long, hard look, realizing your worth, your value, your quality, and no longer putting up with anybody offering anything less. No longer putting up with people offering half a commitment instead of a full commitment, because you are here to offer a full commitment. So we are going to put these messages away, and I am going to go ahead and grab, I didn't realize I was going to go through those messages so quickly, so I'm going to go ahead and grab some extra messages to go with this. Some extra messages. Okay. Oh, hey, one fell on the floor, too. I don't know if I read this one already, but we're going to read it again if I did. Apparently, it needed to be out here twice if that's the case. It starts with you. Change this world. It happens one person at a time. Trust others will follow. You are a born leader, stepping into your power to fight for what you believe in. This is right where the last one left off. So you guys are a born leader, and you need to believe in change. You need to believe in the people around you and their ability to change. You can't force anybody to change, no, but you can lead by example, and you can show them how it's done, and you can believe in them and have faith and trust that a lot of them are going to follow you, and you can let go and let it be okay when they choose not to as well. And a lot of you are really learning a lot of that, and you're learning. There's people out there that will tell you no one ever changes, and you can't teach an old dog new tricks, and all kinds of crap like that. It kills your belief in the fact that people do change. They do grow. You grew, you changed, so why couldn't other people? I change every day, so I believe very fully in the fact that everyone can change. Hyena continued. So we had the hyena come out at the beginning of this reading as well. And if you're resonating with this portion of it, you may want to go back and watch that later. Communicating. Frustration, excitement, or fear along the way will help you to balance your energy. Expressing your emotions is going to keep you from getting into a passive-aggressive state or into a state where you kind of give your truths out, but not in a full, real way, because you're not wanting to say exactly what you mean. And that's what I feel like a lot of you have been working on, is expressing your truth and going from the not ever expressing your truth to the expressing it too much, and then back to this happy medium. And so expressing those things is really going to help you get it out in the open. There are new opportunities headed your way. Show discernment in your leadership. Not all opportunities should be accepted, only the ones that you truly want. Find people that you feel connected to by being your true authentic self. You are on a journey to find balance and to heal. It is time to laugh and to have fun. Trust your intuition. It is guiding you on when to speak or act and when not to. Keep your eyes open and your wits about you. Be ready to grab the right opportunity when it presents itself. So, the way that you can be ready to grab that opportunity when it presents itself is by being very honest with yourself, being in a very honest energy in general. Some people will tell you that you can't love two people at once. Think about how many people you have loved in your lifetime, romantic or otherwise. I found out firsthand just how much you can love two people at once. At one time, I had a close polyamorous relationship with my ex-husband, the father of my kids, and his best friend. So yeah. That's another thing you're starting to learn, is that just because you love somebody doesn't mean it's meant to last forever. And just because it didn't last forever doesn't mean you don't have love for them. You're starting to look back on the past with fond memories, and you're starting to really look at the silver lining of the situations that you were in. You're starting to forgive the people that you interacted with for what they had going on, and you're starting to forgive yourself for what you had going on in that situation. You're starting to really see what truly matters to you the most and who you want to be the most. And you are starting to project that out into the world. You are so calm and serene. Your beauty is so deep. You are far from surface level of beauty and far from shallow as well. You are so flexible and adaptable. I don't think that there is a challenge that you couldn't face. You are so optimistic and hopeful. You have faced treachery and hardship with such grace and integrity. You light up the world around you, and you truly inspire others. Your leadership is always through action. You teach others so much just by being you. Truly, Madly, Deeply by Savage Garden. I'll be your dream, I'll be your wish, I'll be your fantasy. I'll be your hope, I'll be your love, be everything that you need. You are so special to me, and I am willing to go where you lead. Lead on, my dear. So this goes back to the very last section, where there is definitely somebody around you that has learned from your truth, your ability to express what you needed, what you wanted, what you didn't want, your ability to cut them off and walk away if they wanted to grow with you, then they can come back into your life. But if they didn't want to grow with you, then they could go do whatever they're going to do, and you're not going to worry about it, because you're no longer codependent on that energy. You're willing to live and let live. You don't see this person as evil simply because they were in the state that they were in and didn't want to level up. You leveled up and you left that situation peacefully. But I feel like this person is now wanting to level up with you, and they were wanting to come in and express that truth to you. They're wanting to come in and tell you how much you mean to them, and really how much pride they have in you, how much love they have for you, how much of an inspiration you've been in their life, and how much you really changed the way they saw things and looked at things, how much they look up to you. This person may want to come in and tell you how much they have learned from you and how much they look up to you. You are definitely somebody who is very, very soul deep when it comes to the love that you give and the light that you express. We have Temperance, the 8 of Cups, the 7 of Cups, and the Chariot. So you are leaving behind any of the options that you don't feel like are for you. You are really starting to see through the illusions and realize what is meant for you. You're starting to see the truth of who you are and what you want, and you are starting to remove any kind of masks that may have been worn in the past. You're starting to remove any kind of limiting thoughts, beliefs, or behaviors, any kind of illusions or people that just really are not jiving with you, or you really do not believe in the same things, and you don't really get along, you're starting to move away from those things. And instead of looking at it as a broken past, you are starting to really realize that just because everything broke in the past doesn't mean that either party was really evil. You're really starting to temper your passions and your emotions, and you're having a lot of patience with yourself and with others. You're having a lot of persistence, commitment, dedication towards the path that you are pursuing, because you know what path is for you now, where in the past you might have questioned a lot exactly what was for you. This horse is going towards the sun, towards this sun that is in this one cup here, and the rest of it is just illusions. And this horse really wants this one option and this one path, because this path is the path that it feels most drawn to, most motivated, most inspired by. I feel like this could definitely be this person that we were talking about a minute ago too. They feel inspired by you to ground themselves, to really do what's right for them, to follow their intuition towards their happiness, and to really go after what they truly want and express how they truly feel, and to be real, to really just be real, and to put their commitment towards things that are good for them and things that they really believe in, instead of putting their commitment towards things that are not in alignment with who they are as a person, what their values are, instead of putting their commitment towards things that hold them back or drag them down. And same for you. Instead of putting your commitment towards things that hold you back and drag you down, you are now putting your commitment towards things that really light you up inside and make you feel good about yourself, and really inspire and motivate you to go after your goals and to achieve the success that you find to be important to you. Success to one person is something completely different to somebody else, and you cannot measure your own success by anyone else's thoughts, opinions, ideas, or values, because the only thing that's really going to feel successful to you is what you believe in being successful means. So we have the Fool, the Nine of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. You're really starting to keep some for yourself. Instead of giving everything out to everyone else, you're starting to keep some for yourself. You're starting to put away for rainy days. You're starting to really find that stability and strength within yourself, that grounded energy within yourself, and you are starting to see when things are really too good to be true and when things are good for you. And you're starting to see when people are being selfish or when people are just being self-loving, and that's because you have learned the difference between that yourself and started doing those things. You are really starting to see that you are emotionally fulfilled in and of yourself on your own, and you don't need anyone around in order to feel good about yourself. You are no longer able to be controlled by others, able to be manipulated by others, able to be held back by others, but you are really flying forward on your own path, relying on your own wings to really be able to carry you as you fly forward. We have the Emperor. So this really definitely is about somebody in your life as well. The Three of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and the Eight of Pentacles. So somebody knows what they want now. They're having new thoughts, new ideas, new understandings of the past path that they wish to take, of where they have the most fun, of where they truly belong, about the people and types of people that they truly want to have around them, and who really makes them feel good about themselves being just themselves, instead of feeling like they aren't enough in a situation. And they're really working hard towards those things, working hard towards building and growing, and really taking chances on things that are beneficial to you. You're taking chances on things that are beneficial to you, and you're inspiring this person to take those same chances, those same risks, and to really go after what they truly want and what truly energizes them, brings them this passion, this energy. Instead of taking the energy, it gives the energy. And you have decided to go after that in your life. Your patience is going to pay off, because I feel like you have been waiting for somebody else to realize that too, and to go after what truly brings them that motivated energy, that drive, that passion, that joy, that inspiration into their life. And you are really inspiring this person to take those actions in their own life, and to really be honest with themselves, and to really get out there and live the life that brings them the most joy, fun, happiness, love, and light, and the most passion and energy. We also have the High Priestess, the Daughter of Pentacles, the Death, the Two of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. Yeah, you could have definitely been dealing with somebody that may have had situations going on the outside. It doesn't necessarily mean another person. There could have been. If it was, though, I feel like they were honest about checking their other options and looking into other things. It's not somebody where they necessarily lied about their behavior, but there is some sort of something that they may have held back that they're going to be expressing. There's been a transformation in the energy. There has been a shift and growth going on. You have really stepped into this leadership role because you have refused to accept anything less than what you want, and you have worked hard towards what you want. You have really been an inspiration to everyone around you. You are somebody who is very passionate, vital, driven, goal-oriented. You are really stepping up into this leadership role and ending anything that is not good for you, anyone that can't decide what they want. You don't have time for that. You don't have energy for that. You are going after your goals. You're pursuing your passions. You're pursuing things that bring you happiness, the things that motivate you, the things that you truly want. And in that effect, you are gaining a lot of new friendships, a lot of new relationships. You are really starting to gain relationships that are more balanced, more equal, more loving on both sides, instead of you pining after somebody that is constantly not there or not around or is constantly running after something else. You showed this person that you are not going to chase after them if they choose to leave, that you're just fine without them. But that is also what inspires them to want to be near you, because you are somebody who is not codependent and is not going to suck up all of their energy and give nothing back in return. You are somebody who can stand strong on your own 2 feet, and they are somebody who can stand strong on their own 2 feet too. And they had gotten tired of all these people that had shown no real passion for life, no real drive for life, that had really been following them around like lost little puppy dogs. And I feel like you know that this is coming in, that something is coming in that is really just going to blow your mind. I'm going to grab a couple of the blessings cards to go with that as well. So we have successful career, a happy working environment, pay raises and promotions, time to shine, creates the energetic resonance for golden opportunities, abracadabra with wings, fantastic good fortune and lucky chances. So in pursuing the things that mean the most to you, the things that you're most passionate about, the things that you're most driven towards, the things that you want more than anything in this world, and really protecting the things that you are growing and not allowing other people to distract you from your path and pull you off of your path, you are really rising to the top. You are gaining a lot from the hard work, effort, time, energy that you have put into situations. It is now starting to pay off and pay back dividends. And a lot of this is because you refuse to allow people to come into your life and distract you and throw you off your goals. You're welcome, and I really hope that you enjoyed this, and I will definitely be uploading it later so you can finish watching it. Thank you, Dom Dom. So yeah, you're really gaining a lot of success in your career, a lot of success in your passionate pursuits, in your hobbies, in your goals, in the things that you have been putting a lot of time, effort, and attention to. You are really going to be shining. You're going to be getting that recognition that you deserve. You're going to be getting the rewards that you deserve. You're going to be getting pay increases. You're going to be getting... And for some of you, there is definitely a love situation here or a friendship situation here where you are going to be getting that recognition that you deserve as well. And people are going to be coming in to tell you how much you inspire them to really change and shift their life, how much you motivate them to go after their own goals, how much you really have been a light in their life to lead them forward. And you're really going to be having a lot of good luck, a lot of great things coming in for you. So we're going to move on to a new topic in the next section. Get all of this out of my way. And if you have something specific you wanted to talk about, remember that you can pay for questions specifically for you as well. So we have this beautiful... I see it as a butterfly right now. It may change in a few minutes. Ink blot. I decided to do some ink blots for one of my readings one day, and it went into my bag for later. There's a lot of transformation coming in, a lot of heart growth, a lot of transformation in the way that you see and feel things. You're really starting to gain a new perspective, a new understanding. You're starting to really protect your own heart energy as well, and to not allow people to, because they can only make you feel what you, we discussed this earlier too, they can only make you feel what you allow them to make you feel. It's more within yourself than it is other people when it comes to what you're feeling. And just like when you say that it's other people and not you when people are behaving a certain way, well, when you're behaving a certain way or feeling a certain way, it's more about yourself than it is about the people around you. And so the pain, hurt, and hardship that you have felt within your heart that has constricted you or caused you to go a little cold-hearted for a little while, all those things, you're starting to really look within to understand them, and you are starting to remember that the questions are $10 a piece as well. Although next Tuesday I have plans to do one where for an hour long, where everybody can ask one question a piece and have it be free, because you know what? I really want the people that don't have the money to be able to participate as well. But for today's reading, it is $10 a question. So once the money is there and the question is there, I will answer. Yeah, you're starting to really learn and understand and accept that a lot of that is within yourself, and how to transform that energy, to be a little bit more guarded of your heart, but not to close it off, to know that it's okay not to give everybody the full truth right up front, and to really be a little bit more mysterious. It's not lying to be a bit more mysterious, but you're really learning how to accept yourself and how to bloom, how to grow, how to just be you and be okay with that. You're coming into alignment. You are healing your chakras. You are aligning more fully with your path, with your purpose, with who you are as a person. This could definitely be something you have been working on for a while. This picture is actually from 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago. No. Yeah, anyway, you are really feeling a lot more grounded recently, a lot more passionate, a lot more excited, you've had a lot more faith, a lot more trust, a lot more hope, a lot more of the energy of being able to give out your love without feeling like you need to hold it back simply because it won't be returned. You've been free with your love, and that love is going to be freely coming back to you as freely as you've been putting it out there. You've been expressing your truth more fully. You have really been trusting in and listening to your intuition more fully, and you have noticed that your intuition has been much more on point recently, and you've really been seeing these shifts come into place. Your faith has increased. Your faith has really been just blowing up and out of the rooftop. It's been amazing the level of faith that you've been able to have recently because of how aligned you have been being and how aligned you have been becoming. You are really coming into this alignment with your truest self, your highest self, and being able to express your emotions without fear, worry, doubt, without feeling so connected to it. You've been able to disengage a bit to where when you tell somebody that you love them, it's not a life or death situation on whether or not they feel the same way. You are just able to put your love out there and be okay with it and move on with your life. And if they love you, great. If they don't, then they don't, and you're okay with that, because you want to know what real unconditional love is. Real unconditional love is being able to love that person and be happy for that person, whether that person chooses to want to be with you or not, whether that person chooses to have a life outside of you or not. You still love that person, you still care about that person, and that person still means the world to you. And like I was saying in the last section, you can love more than one person. That's just the way it is. Whether people want to acknowledge that or not, you can love more than one person. And when you think that you can only love person and there's one person and there's only one person out there in the entire universe and that person is the person, then that's when you start getting so hung up on this idea that if you express your love to somebody, they must express it back, and if they don't, it's the end of the world. And what am I going to do? And my whole life just shattered. And that's a very codependent energy. And you're coming out of this codependent energy into this energy of being more aligned, more attuned, and really being okay with putting your love out there and not having it returned, being okay with that, and being understanding of people who are not necessarily okay with that and who end up freaking out and feeling like, yeah, you're just really coming more into this accepting and loving and compassionate energy for yourself and for others around you. realize, realize, realize. So you guys are really, really coming into this energy of your intuition very heavily, your faith very heavily. You are really starting to see that because you're so authentic, because you're so truthful, that's why you tend to see when people are trying to pull the wool over your eyes. Everyone questions so much why you have this knowledge, why it just seems to be innate that you know anytime anything that is inauthentic is going on, you know. And it's because you are very honest, you are very authentic, you are very pure in your intentions. So you can see when other people have impure intentions. And you also would much rather have somebody tell you that they don't feel the same way about you than to lie to you and string you along. That's the other thing too. And when you don't get so emotionally upset, or when you don't fly off the handle because people don't feel the same way, then people feel a lot more like they can express those things to you fully too. They don't feel so bad about doing it. They don't feel so guilty about it or ashamed of it, or like they're hurting you and breaking your entire heart out of your chest. And it really makes it easier for them to speak and express the truth. So I feel like you're going to be having a lot more honest people around you and coming into your life as well. Yeah, Seven of Swords. And you may be starting to realize that a lot of the people that are playing their cards close to their chest and not expressing themselves fully in the past that you have dealt with have been a lot due to the fact that you were not quite expressing yourself fully as well. You felt uncomfortable allowing people in to let them see what was going on under the surface because you didn't want to be hurt. You didn't want to feel that heartbreak, that heartache, that pain again. And so you didn't want people to see the emotions because you felt like it was going to hurt less if they didn't see the emotions, which it really doesn't. But then you just got regrets of, well, what if I would have expressed my truth? Took me a good 6 months last year with one person that I was dealing with to let them know how I felt about them, to make sure that they knew that I felt that way about them, because I didn't want to live with that forever. And you know what? Once I got it out, it was much better. You're starting to realize that expressing yourself is the most important part. And it doesn't matter if that person reciprocates that or not. And actually, it's a weight off your chest and off your shoulders once they tell you that they don't, because you can go, okay, now I know. And now I can heal from this. I can cry over it. I can let out my pain, and then I can move on to the next thing, because that's where it really, you can't live a lie. And when another person does not feel the same way about you, that's not what you want in your life anyway. You want somebody who feels the same love for you as you feel for them. And once again, with the apology, somebody may be taking action to apologize, to express their love that they may have kept hidden. Somebody may have been in that energy themselves of hiding their emotions for you because they didn't want to be hurt by the emotions they had for you. They may not have felt like they were good enough for you. They may have felt like they were in some way an evil person, or actually that really relates with the book I've been reading lately too. They could really have been feeling like they weren't good enough for you, or in some way they were flawed and you were this symbol of perfection and beauty and love and light in front of them, and they could never hope to deserve somebody like you. And yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, you have inspired this person to take that leap of faith because they have watched you do it. They have watched you do it. You may have even done it with them, that you expressed it, and then when they didn't reciprocate it, you were okay and you moved on with your life. There's definitely going to be somebody coming in to apologize, though, for something, and to express the truth of something that they may have kept secret, or that they may not have wanted you to know about. It may not have been a direct lie, but it may have been a lie by omission. I'm doing good. How are you doing? And they're really going to be taking this leap of faith to go after what they want and to express themselves, and to really, it may even be through a message format, or they may be traveling to you from a distance as well. Oh, I've been there. There was a day last week where I was almost feeling like I was walking on water, and it's not like I had overworked myself into that state or anything. I just didn't sleep very well the night before, and I had some things to do that day. So I made sure to get some extra sleep the next night. So we have the tarantula, the golden egg, the firefly, and the bat. You know this is coming. If this is you, you definitely know this is coming. I feel like this could definitely be in response to somebody's question a little bit ago as well, on whether or not somebody's going to be getting in contact with them. I think there's been a lot of energetic ascending and aligning and upgrading recently, so there's been a little extra sleep disturbances, and telepathic connections here could be having something to do with that as well. If your person that you're interested in has been having sleep issues, it could definitely come over to you. Make sure that you are cleansing and protecting your energy on a daily basis, and that you are doing that shortly before bed as well. That can definitely help. Lavender helps a lot too. I really enjoy lavender when it comes to helping me sleep. Yeah, you've been really working towards your life purpose, and I feel like there has been somebody around you that has not been working towards something that really makes them truly happy. It does smell nice. That does not make them truly happy. So they are starting to see that now, and it's because you saw it in them and they saw it in you. It's kind of like they knew from you that what they were doing was not making them happy. The path they were going down was not making them happy. They were lying to themselves. They were lying to people around them. I feel like a lot of them were just trying to make everyone around them happy and not really doing what really resonated with them the best. There's a lot of opportunities coming in for you. I feel like you have been this shining beacon of hope and light in the dark for someone around you to follow out of this misery and despair, to follow out of this energy. I feel like they were afraid of expressing who they really were and what they were really interested in and what they really wanted to go after, because they didn't want people to see them in a bad light in any way. They were caring a little bit too much about the opinions or thoughts of others, and now they're really realizing that that doesn't matter. Some of you may have even told them that doesn't matter. I told somebody recently that what the hell does it matter what anybody else thinks about what you got going on? It doesn't matter. And it's like it clicked in this person that, holy shit, you're right, because I'm miserable right now, because I'm doing things because I want other people to like me, or I want other people to accept me. And really, I feel completely alone all the time because I'm not around anybody who actually understands me, or who actually has the same beliefs or morals or values, or really believes in the same things I do. And if they knew what I believed in, they would all turn against me in a heartbeat, and I don't want to be around this anymore. And I feel like the only reason you saw this in this person is because you have been through that yourself. And so you have a lot of compassion, understanding, and empathy for the position this person is finding themselves in. And I feel like you are going to be a lot more humble in the position when this person comes to you than the person that you may have had this happen with in the past on the opposite end of it. I'm going to pull out some of these blessings cards again. So we got love charm. Attract a lover, soulmate, or life partner. Awen, three rays of light. Balancing male and female energies, peace and harmony. That came out at the beginning of this reading too. I do have a PayPal. My link should be in the description box below, but I'm really not sure because I'm still learning the live thing. But it's underneath most of my videos. Or all my videos. Little luxuries. Generates luxurious experiences and surroundings. So, by your ability to accept when to act and when to be passive, your ability to notice both of those things in yourself and not expect somebody else to be completely active and not expect somebody else to be completely passive, I really feel like you guys are both in this connection, balancing out your masculine and feminine energies and coming more into alignment. You know what? Everybody's like, I am not somebody who chases anybody. I attract. Well, yes, but here's the thing. If you want somebody to come after you, then you got to be willing to come too. There's got to be an equal give and take. Otherwise, one person's the runner and one person's the chaser. And on the opposite end of that spectrum, one person's the chaser and one person's the runner. And so really, it's not fair for either person. If both people are willing to give a little bit and take a little bit, then it's much more balanced and a better way of doing things. And I feel like you're really getting into this balance much more fully and starting to see that this is the way forward. This is the way that's really going to work. And really, when you are not being in both of those energies, you are hiding yourself. You are lying. You are not being who you really want to be, because if you're not going to the person that you want to go to express your emotions and feelings, then that's kind of lying to yourself and the other person, as much as, you know, running away from it would be. Anyway, it kind of is. It's masking half of who you are, because you're not accepting that portion of yourself, and you somehow think that portion is bad or isn't okay. Women are expected to be the ones who just sit around and wait for a man to come in, and they're praised for it. But here's the thing. If you want a man to come towards you, you might want to make some effort too. Both parties need to be making the effort. You can't expect it to all be on one person's shoulders or the other person. Yeah, you're really coming to peace with the past. You're taking care of yourself. You're taking time for rest, relaxation, really getting into this energy of peace with the way that things are and the way that things have been, your own actions in the past, other people's actions in the past. You're really coming to terms with it, coming to peace with it, freeing yourself from this victimhood consciousness, which was discussed at the beginning of this as well. I think it was around like 20 minutes in or so. Maybe 30 minutes in, but you're really coming out of that, freeing yourself from those bonds and those strictures, and allowing yourself to rise up from the ashes of everything that has happened in the past with more wisdom. You're accepting things. You're looking in the mirror. You're seeing things for as they really are in yourself and in others, and you're really becoming much more awake. Thank you so much. Were you wanting to ask a question? Oh, okay. I just saw that one, and it disappeared right when I saw it. Awesome. And so, yeah, you're really coming into this energy of abundance, fertility, growth. You're able to take care of others while still taking care of yourself, and you are able to allow others to take care of you as well while still taking care of themselves. Just a general message. I can do that. Let me clear out these ones from this message. So let's see what we got. I love you so much. Coming home to you each night is a dream come true. Please don't let your past pain, scars, anxiety, jealousy, or anything else get in the way. Find peace, my love, and I will try to as well. Believe in what we have. I do. Stay focused on you and your goals. Try not to let me be a distraction from your life, and I will try to do that as well. I hope that we will have an amazing future, but I don't know, and neither do you. That can be a scary thing, but allow that fear to fuel you, not to be a roadblock. So no self-sabotaging. Bottom feeders have tried so much to tear you down and tear you apart. Do not focus on them or their games. Take the high road and protect your energy. Pray and meditate, and all of this will bring you peace throughout the turbulent times. Walk always speaks louder than talk. Their actions speak too in a very loud volume that it is hard to miss. You need to miss it though, by being so busy living and working on your own things and your life. Do not care what others think of or believe about you. You know what is real. Everything that is sent out eventually comes back. Don't take revenge. Just walk away and hold your head up high. Because when you take revenge, it brings that karma down on you. When you walk away, you wash your hands of it, and your hands are clean, and then that karma can fall on them. Stand up and say something if it is necessary to address someone doing it up front, but keep your temper. You could also behave as you feel others should to show them how it is Done. I have complimented those who have torn me down minutes before publicly because that's who I am. Your jealousy lashing out at me does not change me. I actually, the specific time I am referring to in there was a girl that was at the bar that I was at, and it was karaoke night. And she kept saying things that were just awful. It was those passive aggressive joke things where, you know, they say something to tear you down and laugh it off like it's a joke in some sort of way, and that makes it okay. And the only reason I know about those so well is because my mom used to do that to all the drunk people when she was a cocktail waitress, because she could say whatever she wanted to, and as long as she laughed afterwards, they thought it was great. And then she could get her anger out without taking her anger out, you know? So basically, she got up and she sang. And she sang before me too. Oh God, it was awful getting up after her to sing. She fucking sings like a choir of angels literally just fell in front of me. And it was the most beautiful, amazing singing you've ever heard in your life. And I made sure to tell her that. And I got up there and sang. And she did actually compliment me as well. And oh no, you did great. I sounded like a cat strangling itself for the first half of it because I was so freaking nervous going after that. And she told me I did great and all that kind of stuff. And then somebody else sitting next to us was asking about this other woman. He's like, am I reading that right? Is she jealous of you? And I was like, yeah, that tends to happen a lot, but I don't really care. I choose to address it with kindness instead, and to not let it get to me or bother me. And it's because I'm showing them how to do it, you know? And they're seeing that I'm getting the attention. Well, maybe they'll start noticing why I'm getting the attention. I'm getting the attention because I'm being kind and loving and sweet. And I'm not being salty and mean and hurtful to other people. I'm not trying to tear other people down. I'm not in a competition with anybody. I'm just here being me. Exactly right. And that happens sometimes. It definitely does. So I was talking to the other girl and she had overheard that, and I was like, she's like, that happens a lot, huh? I was like, yep. And I was like, I actually feel those same vibes from you. And she got a little bit defensive for a second, and I quickly was like, you know what? It's okay. And I was like, but I honestly don't see why you're feeling that way, because you're fucking amazing. First off, you are fucking loud and in charge, and everybody sees you when you walk in a room, period. Bottom line. People see you, they notice you. You have a fucking beautiful, amazing voice, and I cannot believe how wonderful your voice is. You're just fucking phenomenal when you sing. You have absolutely no reason to be jealous of me, because you have so many things in you that are amazing too. Focus on those and don't focus on what anybody else has going on. And yeah, that's just, it's hard sometimes dealing with that, but it's even harder when we let it get to us. Oyster, wolf, and the beaver. So, like I was saying a minute ago, lead by example. Be who you wish others were around you. Be the person to look up to. Don't force anybody to join your cause. Don't force anybody to do things the way you do. But follow your own beliefs and be who you are, and show that beauty that you keep hidden within yourself. Sometimes we can really limit how much of our beauty we allow to show because we don't want anybody to get upset at us. I was out a couple weeks after that, and there was a girl that I was with this guy. He offered to buy me a drink, and his son was there with his wife. And halfway, like an hour later, she's freaking out on him, and they're arguing as they're walking down the street. And he stops in the middle of it, and he's like, "Why don't we ask her? She's standing right here." And he turns around and he's like, "Have I ever slept with you once?" And I was like, "No, we literally just met an hour ago." I was like, "Your dad bought me a drink." I was like, "And we literally just met an hour ago. I've met your dad a few times before, but yeah." And she's like, "Oh, I wasn't even talking about her." And he's like, "Oh, really? Because I didn't see anybody else around here with blue hair. Would you like to point out the other woman with blue hair around here?" And literally put her completely on the spot. I spent the entire night helping those two work the problems out between each other and make up. and And some people might think that's crazy. Some people might think that, oh, I shouldn't have done that if they're going to be that way. And you know what? There was a moment where I almost left before I decided to go help them out with their problems. I started walking down the street. I started crying actually, and I was headed home. And I ran into his dad, and he's like, "What's wrong?" And so we were talking about it, and he's like, "Oh, don't worry about her. This is more about her than it is about you. She's just really insecure. It's okay." And I was like, "This always happens though. Every time I go anywhere, this is why I have a hard time going anywhere, because it really sucks having to deal with this every time." And so he convinced me to come back to the house with them. And everybody was fine for a little bit until it all broke out again. And so I sat there and I talked to each one of them about the issues that they were dealing with and how they can work things out between each other. And I sat there for about 2 hours talking to them. And then I went home and I got to feel so much better about myself, because I didn't run away from that situation, because I didn't let it get to me, and because I did what I felt was right, regardless of how anybody had behaved previously, and it all had more to do with them and what they had going on than it did me anyway. His dad is very wise, actually. He's really a good guy. Although he did try to get somewhere that night after telling me that, oh, he's not an alcoholic, but the only thing in his fridge is beer. And he did try to get somewhere with me that night, and nope, I'm sorry, bye. And he's like, "Really? Why not?" And I was like, "Because that's not what I came here for. And just because you bought me a drink doesn't mean you get to score tonight." And so, yeah, that just, you're working very hard towards a lot of good things in your life. And some people may be a little bit jealous about that as well, because you're building a lot of strength and stability. You're building very grounded, strong roots. And you are really leading the way for others. The best way to lead, though, is to let your light shine and not worry so much about how anybody else is going to react to the beauty within you. And to know that they may not know that you're working for them as much as yourself, because I feel like you are working for them as much as yourself. You are working to make a better life, not just for you, but your family around you. You're working to make something strong and stable for everyone around you, for the highest good for all, not just for you. And there may be a lot of jealousy directed at you, but a lot of that's because they really just wish that they could be doing the same too. Some of them may even feel jealous or may even feel insecure because they feel like they're selfish for not working so hard for everyone. And that could be part of it too. I can understand that. I took a heavy, long break from Facebook. I just now started getting back into Facebook a little bit more and being more active on a regular basis on there. But I also did a clean sweep, and I got rid of a lot of people on there so that I don't feel like I got to censure what I put out there, especially with my ex's family members being on there. I got rid of a lot of people on there. Maybe you just need to do a clean sweep of anyone that is sending you those negative vibes. I actually went through my friends list, and even people that I just deleted anyone I felt like I needed to delete. Some of them I didn't even know, but I just deleted a whole bunch of people. His family, the rest of his family members, any of them that were left on there, because one of them was actually questioning some of the things I had going on. And I was like, "Oh yeah, you're just trying to get into my business so that you can share it with his family." Nope, I'm good. It is a very good idea. And you know what? It took me a long time to do it because I didn't want to be mean. We were discussing that in here earlier too. Didn't want to be mean. And you know what? It's not mean to protect your own damn space. It's your space. It's your area. You should feel comfortable in it. Freeing yourself from the judgment and the opinions of others. Freeing yourself from the judgments of yourself. From being overly harsh or critical or analytical with yourself. Really, forgiving yourself for anything that has happened and rising above, being able to close the door on the past and move forward, being able to know that there's a lot of good things coming in the future, even if you've dealt with a lot of grief and hardship in the past. And you may want to, you know what, if you are, I feel like that time that you're taking to yourself is very important and it is very good for you. And you don't want to close yourself off completely and forget to come back out, because there comes a time for coming back out too. But That time away is very important for you, for your own mental health, for your own stability, and also so that you can understand what's going on inside yourself that is causing you to be triggered by the feelings and emotions of others or the actions and behaviors of others. And you might be facing a little bit of indecision about what you want to do. And a lot of that could be triggered by the feelings and emotions of others around you. And so taking that time to yourself without everybody's energy pulling on you is going to allow you to clear your mind and be able to make the best decisions for you without anybody else's crap weighing you down. And it's going to give you a chance to see things from everyone's perspective and to understand a little bit more why you might be feeling those vibes from them, whether or not it's a situation that you can adjust or fix, whether or not it's a situation that you want to say something about. And it's going to really help you to be able to see those things and clarify those things for you. I'm going to pull a couple blessings cards for you too. The elements. The elements of fire, air, earth, and water combine to create powerful protective boundaries, spiritual, mental, and physical and emotional. You know what? When you said retreat and recharge, what actually came to mind is a spa day might be very beneficial for you, or they actually do have some of those. I would really like to go on one of them one of these days when I have enough money for it. But they have retreats where it's actually like a group of spiritual people who go out to the woods together and spend a couple days in the woods. That might be something that would be very beneficial for you too, because then you can be around people who are interested in a lot of the same things that you are as well. And for you, you are really coming into this energy of realizing just how much power you have within you, just how much balance you have within you. And that could be a lot of what throws other people off kilter too, or what makes you notice that they are unbalanced more, because the more balanced you are, the more you're going to see that imbalance in others. And that energy may not even be as strong as you think it is when you're feeling it, but it's very noticeable to you because you have been able to work on balance yourself. I'd love to do that too. It would be pretty awesome. Mystic Star, harmony in the home and great friendships. Tree of Life, true wisdom and making good choices in life. Protection. Strong protection, magic for your family and the home. So, when you're working on your own cleansing and protection rituals, you can extend those out to the people you love and care about as well. You might want to do a healing session for your sister when you're doing your own healing session. Send her love, send her light. Ask that the negative, lower vibrational energies that are accumulating within her and around her be released and given back to the earth for healing and transmutation, transformation, to raise the collective vibration. Have faith and trust that this works, because it really does. I've watched it work. When I send people energy without them even knowing it, I have watched how they have really come up from the place that they were in. And you really have the ability to be able to do that. You are very good at transmuting energy, and it's really going to bring a lot of harmony and peace into your home to be able to do that as well. And see, she could be experiencing a lot of anxiety, fear, maybe even fear that as you grow, you're going to move away from her. And she may not be seeing the blessings of your growth. She might be seeing the downfall of your growth, because she might be feeling that you're leaving her alone in some sort of way. And this is also the reason why you don't want to spend too much time alone, is because when you spend too much time alone, it can become a burden on you. It can cause you to start questioning things too much, cause you to start worrying about things too much, cause you to start feeling like you have no one or nothing around you. It could be harder for you to see the blessings and the things to be grateful for in your life. It could become harder for you to see the people that are there around you that love you and care about you. And it can cause you to go into a depression as well. So you want to make sure that even though you're taking this time to yourself off alone, and it is very healing and it's rejuvenating, you want to make sure that it doesn't last too long. And if it starts to become a problem, that you make sure to get back out there again as well. But yeah, I really feel like your sister could be feeling lost and alone, and like she's losing somebody that's very important to her and she just wants to hold on to it really tightly. You could definitely be somebody who is there for her anytime that she has anything going on. And she may be very afraid to lose that support system. I can understand why you did that though. That is, you got to make sure to take care of you. You got to make sure to protect your energy, and you got to make sure to remove things from your life that affect that energy. At the same time, I feel like you're at a level of energy where it's really not going to affect you so much as well. So you can actually be able to get in there and fix the issues without it weighing you down or pulling you into that same energy. I really feel like you can really make a very strong difference in this situation. You're going to have to, even if she doesn't apologize or admit the things that she has done, you're going to have to be able to forgive her. My mom has never really apologized or admitted anything she's done. But, that doesn't negate the fact that I have forgiven her and that I love her. And really, she has been one of my strongest supporters, even if she has talked a lot of shit about me. And yeah. But as long as I don't allow the things she's doing to cause me any pain or hurt, then it doesn't matter what she's doing, honestly. Yeah. And if you're feeling like you're worried about having prying eyes coming into your business and observing you and watching you and talking about you and starting problems in your life, then make sure that you, even if you do decide to let her back into your life, that it's slowly, that you don't necessarily let her in on everything going on with you or everything that you're going through. That way she doesn't have anything to talk about. It does weigh more on you in the end. It poisons you, and it causes you to be afraid of other people doing that too. It causes you to worry about what people are thinking or what people are doing. It causes you to really get stuck in this negative, low vibe energy. And it causes a lot more problems than it really helps with. Arm's length is a good spot for her. I really do feel like arm's length is a good spot for her. You know what? When people break your trust, they have to realize that they are going to have to earn that trust back. They're going to have to earn that respect back. They are just going to have to earn it back, because you can't break somebody's trust or respect without realizing that it does take work to earn that back and to build that relationship back to something solid again. And that's if it can come back. And I feel like for you, this is a very important connection to you. Don't be afraid to know that you have the power within you to manifest what you desire in this situation, to heal and repair this situation, to really, you are very good with energy. You're very good with energy transmutation. And I really feel like a lot of that is going to affect this situation greatly. Start doing that on a regular basis, and I'm pretty sure you're going to notice the difference pretty quickly. Also, you know what? It's very easy, not necessarily to excuse your sister's behavior, but it's very easy to fall into that gossiping energy when you have those people around you as well that are doing the same thing. And especially if you learned a lot of that growing up, it's very easy to fall into that. I actually got to experience, I've never been one to really do that my entire life, but a couple years ago, sitting with my ex's mom as much as I was, she has a tendency to spend all of her time talking about anybody and everybody and just all kinds of nasty things. And I did sit and spend quite a bit of time talking about those people too, although a lot of it was in defense of them, but some of it was in some of the worst things that they were doing and things like that. And you know what? I got to taste a lot of it these last couple of years, far more than I ever did. But yeah, it happens sometimes. Everybody sometimes falls into that lower negative energy. And knowing that you're going to be there, even if you're not fully letting her in, is going to help. Make sure that you tell her that you love her, but that you are going to take a little while to be able to discuss certain things with her or let her back in more fully because of the way that she had behaved in the past. I have told my mom all that. My mom knows why I don't talk to her about anything and everything anymore, and it's because she was busy talking about all of it constantly, and she was busy harping on me constantly fueling anxiety and fear in me about everything that I was working on because she was worried about me. And just because you're worried about me does not mean that it is okay either. And it doesn't mean I'm going to put up with it either. And it doesn't mean I want to listen to it. And I'm not going to. And if you refuse to stop, then I can't be around you. And so she has pretty much stopped doing any of that because I don't accept it anymore. I'll grab a couple more cards just to finish this off here. Yeah, she might have caused you to feel very stuck and weighed down and burdened, or like you really couldn't just be you because of the way she felt about who you were. But regardless of how she feels about who you are who you are. So you might as well just be you, and she can get over it. And you're going to be you either way, and you're going to be miserable if you aren't you. So there's really just this need to release that burden and the weight of feeling responsible for anything she has going on, or feeling like anything that she thinks about you is in some way impactful in your life, because it isn't. It's really not changing anything in your life. The only thing that changes anything going on in your life is how you are seeing the things and how you are responding to the things and how you are letting them weigh you down or affect you. And it is very hard sometimes to not let those things weigh us down or affect us or throw us off course, distract us from what we have going on, but we can. And so that's pretty much, I think, what I have for that message. We're going to do a closeout message. And this closeout message, I think, is going to be good things coming on the horizon for people who have been working really hard on their growth and overcoming things and really trying to be the bigger person and take the higher road. You are very welcome. Thank you as well. So we have the Weeper, Judgment, the Artist, the Hermit, and the Stiltwalker. So, I feel like people are going to be crying over your success. Like, people are really going to be regretful about the way that they treated you in the past. Definitely people who have been there to be a thorn in your side or to cause fear, anxiety, doubt, to plague your life. You're really stepping into more of a peaceful stance, a more non-judgmental stance of yourself and of others, and you're really learning how to look the other way, take the high road, how to really creatively deal with the problems and issues in your life. You're also, a lot of you are really using art to be able to fuel your healing. You may be isolating yourself a little bit from the rest of the world and really working on things that bring you inspiration, that bring you healing, that bring you joy, that bring you happiness. And there could even be a lot of people out there that are missing your time, your energy, your company, and really upset about it. A lot of them are really reconsidering the ways that they have treated you in the past and really looking at things differently now, or soon will be. We have the Devil, the Eight of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, which in this deck is basically the Artist card again, and the Seven of Swords. So a lot of you could definitely be keeping what you're working on hidden from the world and considering bringing it out into public view. Now that you feel, you're going to start feeling more safe and secure about the things that you're working on, and you're really going to be more willing to put it out there without feeling like those energies are dragging you down or weighing you down. You're really going to be breaking free of the shell, breaking free of the stagnation, breaking free of constantly overthinking things or overthinking yourself and your actions and being very harsh and critical on yourself, or allowing other people's judgments to cause you to think that you are in some way lacking, or that your work is not as good as it is, because it's fucking phenomenal and amazing, and keep it up. You're learning, you're growing, you're overcoming. You are starting to see that the masks that people wear are really something that only they can understand or work through, and you are no longer allowing this energy into your sphere. I feel like for the majority of the people healing on here right now, you guys are, yeah, you're really refusing to allow anything to take away from your happiness and your joy, and you're taking that joy, happiness, and positivity and spreading that love and light and kindness to the world around you, regardless of what anybody thinks about that. You're no longer going to keep it hidden away. There have been a lot of people, especially there's been a lot of tarot readers, not to bag on anybody, but there's been a lot of tarot readers that focus so much on how you should hide everything that you are from the world, and because everybody's going to be able to destroy it if you show anybody. But how are you supposed to get recognition? How are you supposed to have success? How are you supposed to build anything if you're hiding it from the world? You can't. You really just can't. That's not the way it works. And so you're learning how to be able to have that in the world, and how to have faith and trust and belief in the fact that nobody can take that away from you. Even if people try to take your ideas and use them, they can never be you. Even if people try to get in there and destroy what you're working on, or manipulate you, or use you in some way, they can only do as much as you allow them to do. And you're starting to take your power back, and you are really starting to realize that you have the power within you to create whatever you want in your life. The life that you desire, the happiness and joy that you desire, is all within yourself, and you are creating it in the world around you. The world looks like what you view it as. And in the past, you may have been in a very fearful energy, a very stuck, stagnant energy, an energy of needing people to love your work, or needing people to see the beauty in it, needing people to validate it. And now you have that own inner validation, and you are no longer relying on the world outside yourself for that validation. You're becoming strong. You're becoming wise. You are really taking your inspiration and going forward, but it has this strength behind it that cannot be shaken ever again. Your foundation is strong. You went within yourself to be able to heal and repair your foundation, so nobody could ever knock it down again. And you are really this protective energy of the past, of feeling like you have to guard over yourself so strongly. You're shedding that skin, and you are really allowing the beauty within yourself to be seen by the world around you. You're very motivated, goal-driven, ambitious, really moving forward swiftly and fastly, because this shift in energy is really just magnetizing so many blessings and abundance to come into your life. You are no longer constantly worried, constantly fatigued, constantly overthinking. You're no longer hiding yourself away, and you are really feeling like you can face any challenge that comes your way, and you are overcoming every challenge that does come your way with skill and ease. You are seeing your strength, you are seeing your power, and you are really doing things in the way that you feel is best for you, regardless of what anybody else wants to think or say, because that does not bother you anymore. You are leading the way. You are a guiding light in the dark, and you are an inspiration to everyone around you. And you are really feeling very emotionally fulfilled in and of yourself, and like you do not need that outside validation from anybody anymore. You're standing up and defending yourself. You're standing up and defending your beliefs. You're standing up and defending others, and you are really in this very passionate, vibrant energy, and you're like a light in the darkness for others to follow towards their own goals and dreams as well. You are really bringing in a lot of stability, a lot of abundance. We have the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles here, and this healing journey is leading you towards fulfillment, both physically and emotionally. This fulfillment that you may have been scared that you would never have in the past, or couldn't be yours, or you weren't good enough, you now know is yours. It belongs to you, and nobody could ever take it from you, and you know that it is coming in, regardless of what anybody thinks about it or says about it. This is what is true. So, I'm going to grab a couple blessings cards and then we're going to call it good. We have perseverance, the motivation to keep going despite all odds. Triple moon, embracing all aspects of yourself, the divine and the earthly. Spirit, heavenly assistance from your angels and your guides. Achievement, win the award, accolade, or contract. And prosperity, a prosperous business with riches and success. So you guys really are just coming into everything that is in your destiny to achieve and receive is coming into you now. You are being very blessed. And a lot of that is because you have been able to accept that nobody is better than anybody else. I am human. Great song. I can't remember if that's the actual name of it, but nobody's better than anybody else here. You're starting to realize that everyone is beautiful and unique in their own ways, and that everyone is just trying to do the best that they can. You are starting to accept yourself and others as they are instead of feeling like either you or them should be anymore. You are starting to really just come into this full acceptance of who you are as a person, of your earthly aspects and your spiritual aspects, and you are really receiving a lot of assistance and guidance, and you are listening to that assistance and guidance from your ancestors, your spirit guides, the ascended masters, your angels, the divine. You are really in connection with that, and you are really receiving those messages and acting on those messages and really taking those messages to heart and believing in them fully. And you are believing that no matter what anybody does, they could never take what is actually meant for you. Period. Bottom line. No matter how many times people want to try to convince you to live in fear and to believe that everybody could come in and steal everything that's meant for you, and that all these things that have happened are your fault because you chose not to see the signs and all that other kind of bullshit. No, you are starting to realize that these things were meant to happen. They were meant to happen for your path and for your purpose, and everything that you are building and growing is paying off so immensely because you are coming out of this energy of lack or this energy of fear or this energy of being stuck, and you are truly stepping into your real power and allowing that power to be seen by the world around you, and it is bringing you so many blessings and abundance into your life. So that is what I got for you guys today, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this live reading. And once again, next Tuesday I'm going to be doing an hour session where people can come and ask one question for free. And because I would like people that don't necessarily have the money to be able to be involved in this as well. Donations are totally welcome that day. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that next Tuesday from 12 to 1 Mountain Time. So if you guys are interested in that, come back then. And I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys. Now I got to figure out how to shut this off again.